Hi guys, quick video introducing the data protection inline and data protection API concepts in Cato. If we go to security, you can see data protection inline, data protection API under security monitoring. Let's talk about data protection inline. What is it? It's all the data moving back and forth in your Cato installs at branches or remote users. We're inspecting it for things like credit card numbers and social security numbers, data profiles you set up to look for sensitive data that you deem sensitive and you want to be able to alert it on, or you want to block. So you can see our block uploading credit card numbers. I can look at the events associated with that, but I can clearly see the hosts, the data profile, and the file types here. Now, if I go down here under app and data control, if I go to data types and profiles, I can quickly see here's the data profiles associated with that data protection inline. So I can add credit card numbers, I can add what's important to me, or I can have my own custom DLP profiles for certain types of data that may be only important to my organization. So it's really useful. We use TLS inspection, unlock it, look inside there, and then you see if there's sensitive data moving back and forth, and we alert you on that, and we can also block. So some of the other things you can set up in app and data protection inline, you actually build the rule here under app and data inline, app and data control. So you can see here, credit cards and social security numbers, any source, any application, uploading or downloading, high severity, block, and create an event and then send an email out. So here you can just go new and you can create a new rule here to be able to add an app and data control inline rule for you. Tenant restriction allows you to be able to offer restrictions on what SaaS tenants can be connected to. So if you have an instance of OneDrive or Salesforce that you want to make sure that's the only one that can be accessed, you can go in here and you can add a new rule and then add some injected headers. And then that'll allow you to be able to control only access to your instances of Salesforce, OneDrive, whatever that SaaS application is that you want to make sure to restrict access to. So you're only accessing corporate resources. All right, so now let's move over to data protection API. So what is it? Data protection API, similar to data protection inline, but we're using the API to get data at rest. So someone uploads something to your business OneDrive, even if they're not on the Cato infrastructure, we will see that and alert you when we see that data profile match. So social security numbers, credit card numbers, someone uploaded something to your OneDrive that's like, you don't want that risk of data of all these account numbers on there. We can alert and we can block you on that. We can see the user, the data profile, and the file type here. So this allows you to protect your business applications using the API with data at rest without having to traverse the Cato infrastructure. So just a little more information on that. So you can see here's the data protection API dashboard. So it's letting you do content related to the connectors. So you set up the connectors for each of these for Exchange, for SharePoint, for Google Drive. Once those are set up, then you can add the rule like I was showing you, the data profile, and then we'll start to block that data. So it's really, really powerful to be able to protect your SaaS applications, whether they're on the Cato infrastructure, which is useful, or outside of the Cato infrastructure. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Thanks so much. So in summary today, we talked about the data protection inline and the data protection API in the Cato management application. We talked about blocking sensitive data as it traverses Cato and outside of Cato using the data protection API. We talked about data profiles and tenant restrictions. We talked about protecting business apps off Cato via the API. And we talked about building connectors used to block and monitor that data. All right, guys, thanks so much. I hope this was helpful.